In today's video, we build 2 mega gold farms that produce an insane amount of experience and gold. This is the first big upgrade to our mega base, which we also decorate in today's episode and try to figure out why our quad iron farms are somehow broken. Bedrock Edition tries to ruin all of our plans by breaking not only the gold farms, the iron farms, but also the entire game. So we gotta figure that out. We got a lot to do, so let's get into it. So of course we already have a quad gold farm here on the base, but how do I put this mildly? It's very hideous. So this was the first thing that we built in this base area, and a lot has happened since we built that. So it's time that we tear this thing out and build 2 quad gold farms that are way better and way faster and aren't super hideous. But first, we need to design the new gold farms. Oh wait, I already have. So I've basically figured out all the mechanics and the details and the wiring of how exactly these gold farms are going to function. So this is loosely based off the design from Addy. We're just using a couple little elements of it here or there. And as you can see, we get a ton of pigment and the portals light incredibly quickly as well. So this farm is going to be using 6 different trident killers to keep up with all the pigment. And even then, you're still going to have about 30 or 40 pigment constantly in the farm. Now you'll notice that we're not using water streams to push them towards a central spot. We're actually using the zombie aggro and a snowman. That way all the guys run straight into the kill chamber, which is way faster, as you can see. And then we just get a constant stream of items and experience from this thing. It's actually quite impressive. I mean, look at that. Dang. And we're going to be having 2 of these, so it's going to be a lot of items. I'm so excited. We're basically going broke making this episode because I need to buy out all the tridents, obsidian, glass, concrete, and more from the entire shopping district in order to build up the farms in the base in today's episode. So now we're back down to 8 diamonds. I'm very poor. Oh, good old Bedrock Edition. Can't even go harvest some powdered snow without, like, you know, breaking the game. Can we get a Minecraft in my Minecraft? This seems like a perfectly safe space to get... What? Lava? Hi, is this an alley? Bro, what are you doing out here? What? Where did you come from? Why are you in the lava? Get out of the lava! Well, anyway, I was gonna say, this seems like a perfectly safe spot to, you know, get some lava from. All this gravel surely isn't gonna fall away from me and go into the lava. I don't know whose this is, but somebody lost an alley, and I guess he's mine now. I'm gonna see if I can't, like, try and save this guy. He should, in theory, follow me? Yeah, okay, come on. Well, we're gonna try and fly slowly back to spawn over this gigantic lava lake, and then I guess I just have a free alley now. Now he can hang out with Depresso, Espresso, and Munchie. We need a name for our newfound alley, so let us know in the comments what you think it should be. We also need to buy a bunch of Impaling 5 books from our lovely librarian villagers up here. Now, luckily, we could also just buy all the tridents that we need, and they're only a diamond each, which is fantastic, because I need 11 of these things. I still need a ton of emeralds to buy books, but luckily we have some iron farms that are producing iron, and just a ton of these blacksmith villagers that we can take all of the emeralds from. I'm literally selling you guys your own iron golems, and you seem to be loving it. In theory, we should have basically all the materials that we need to build a gold farm, or 2 even. I've done some measuring and some counting and some triple checking, and I can confidently say that this is probably where the gold farm portals are going to be going. Now, we're going to have a 2-block gap right here in the middle, and this entire thing is actually chunk aligned because that's important to do with your gold farms. Otherwise, you'll get a build up of pending tick data, and that could corrupt your world. So you don't want to have more than 1 nether portal per chunk, and that is exactly what we've got sorted out right here. Now, of course, these portals are going to be 23 long. They're going to be the maximum size that they can be, so they will be going across the chunk borders, but that's actually fine because that still just counts as 1 portal per chunk. And as you see, the inside edges of these 2 portals are going to be in the same chunk as well, but that's fine. That's basically just like 2 smaller portals inside of 1 chunk. But if we had like 4 portals inside of 1 chunk right here, then that would be a bit of a problem. So first things first, we need to get in the actual frame of the build, and if we mess up this part, then it is the slowest thing ever to tear down. So let's get this obsidian in. And those are the full sizes of the portals. As you see, they're pretty big, but the back ones are actually a little bit smaller than the front, and that is because of the spawning sphere. We're going to be standing up there to AFK at the farms, and that means that if we had pigmen spawning over here, they would actually just immediately immediately despawn. This is the furthest out that we can get a pigman without them despawning, so that's why the back portals are going to be a little bit shorter. So this is just one gold farm with 4 portals. We're going to have another one on the opposite side right over there. They're going to be perfectly symmetrical and built identical to one another. So let's just go ahead and get this first one installed and hope that it works, and then we'll start on the other one over there. Well, 12 seconds into the build and I already made a mistake, as the pigmen only spawn on this side of the portal, and I've been installing trenches on this side of the portal. So I've gotten the first little bit of the redstone built up, and this is actually like the most important part of the farm right here. So at the very top of the build is going to be a comparator clock. This is basically just to put out the lava sources that are going to be in here. We're also going to have some lava sources right here in the middle, and then on the end is the powdered snow that actually breaks the portals. So crafting tables actually cannot burn down in Bedrock Edition, but they can have fire spread to them and on top of them, which is pretty convenient for this farm. So right now the farm would be in its on state, and if we go ahead and put down a couple of lava buckets in the middle here, as you can see, those portals basically immediately light, and then if we turn on the comparator clock, you can see that's going to start breaking the portals really quickly and then also lighting them, and we should see ourselves a fair few pigmen, as you can see right there. Now this is essentially 1/4 of the rates of the build, and even then these gold farms take a couple seconds to really get up to the full speed. As you see, now we're getting a lot of pigmen. Yeah, there it goes. Now it's at the full speed that it can be. It's kind of weird how it has a little warm-up period, but as you can see, it's a lot of pigmen, and I would not recommend jumping down there. So this little lighting and braking system right here is from Addy, and that is the main thing that I borrowed from their build, because it's incredibly good. Like, geez, I mean, this just works really, really well. Yeah, so while I'm building this, we're just gonna break out these portals, because I cannot be trusted. Should we hit them? They can't hurt us, right? Oh, geez. This is great. Hopefully you don't have to get out of there. That's dangerously close to getting out of there. But yeah. I love it. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and despawn those guys. Minecraft, I would like to go to the shopping district, please. Can I still use the portal? I can still use the portal. I really shouldn't be using this portal, but I am. Okay. That seems fine. That's not concerning at all. In theory, if we go ahead and flick this lever right here, the entire farm should activate, and we should get ourselves a ton of lava and a ton of portalage very fast. Oh, right. Oops, hold up. I may have removed all the obsidian from the nether portals. That happens. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. That is a proper fast gold farm right there. Right then, so now we have the actual activation and the on switch of the farm, and now we need to work on a killing chamber. Very quickly. Very, very quickly indeed. So the top of the farm is essentially done functionally, and now we have the trident killers in place as well. So all of these little trenches right here run directly into a hole. They're going to fall down by about 3 blocks, and that happens on both sides, of course. And then we're using some relog-proof trident killers in here. So if the trident killer does happen to be running while we leave the area, or if we log out, the trident's going to fall down, but it's going to fall on top of this grindstone right here. So then if we just turn off the trident killer and relog, the trident will go back on top of the trapdoor, and it'll be fixed, and then we won't have to do anything. We won't have to come back in here and rethrow the tridents. Incredibly convenient. So we just need to get a snow golem in right there. That'll be easy. We need to get a pigman over here, which is going to be a little bit more interesting, I guess. So we have discovered a big dumb happening here on Minecraft, as usual. So if we throw in these tridents into the trapdoor trident killer right here, this one's actually just using a piston because it's just for the baby zombies. We don't need it to be that fast. Anyway, so if we just go ahead and turn this on, you'll notice a slight issue. The trident just disappears. It's gone. So that does not actually happen in the redstone testing world. And the reason for that is it's directional. The one in the testing world is facing that way, whereas this one is facing the opposite direction. And if we try out this one real quick, you'll see that it actually works just fine. So that's cool. We'll just have to redesign this for no good reason at all. Directionality is always a fun thing, guys. And it always comes out of nowhere to ruin your day. So we got ourselves our 2 pigmen that we'll need for these farms to actually run properly. This one is going to be going off yonder to the other side of the base. Goodbye, go faster. And then this guy over here is going to be going straight down onto that rail. So the gold farm is functionally complete now with all the trident killers installed and fixed. To fix up that little issue, we just put the trident facing downwards. This trident might shift over time, but hopefully not. And if it does, we'll just have a massive backlog of pigmen, and the server will lag out and die. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So now what we get to do is to turn on all of the trident killers. That guy's going to get very, very angry right there. And then we can turn on the actual main farm itself. And we should see everything just work. And just work great. So these guys are going to be running down into the trident killers, which I do not want to fall into. And then they're all going to be dying on the trident killers as well. And then, as you can see, yeah, a bunch of items and experience. Very good. We're sending it all into lava right now, because we don't have the other infrastructure right now to collect or store any of it. Oh, and it's working very well. Oh my, oh geez, that is a lot of pigmen. Let's pop down here and see how many pigos we got. Oh, I'm getting hit by the snowballs. Friendly fire, friendly fire. Ah, jeez, get me out of here. Yeah, so there's a lot of pigmen dying. There's a lot of pigmen. I actually need some experience real quick. I think I'll just stand right here. My inventory is just going to be constantly junk. Like, this thing is working great. We're at 30 levels right now. I should probably heal the pickaxe and all that. Yeah, look at this. This is such a much faster gold farm than the one we already had built. And it's working brilliantly first try, unlike the other one, which took like 12 tries. So, don't accidentally pick up the trident, otherwise you'll have just about 10 bajillion baby pigos right here. That is a force to be reckoned with. Man, that would be so fun to just drop into somebody's base someday. Just like 100 baby pigmen. Oh, geez, I want to do that. That's such a logistically challenging prank, though. So our first quad gold farm is complete, and now we gotta build a second one. It's exactly the same process, just in a different place. And mirrored. Heck yeah. And bam, we now have ourselves a gold farm that is allegedly operational. So of course we got the frames in, that's super easy. And then we put in the flaming and breaking part of the top there. And we haven't tested it yet, but I'm gonna assume that it's maybe working? Yeah, look at that, we got pigmen. We might have too many pigmen. This is good. I love it. Time to build up some trident killers over here. But before we do that, please hold, please hold. Gotta smack a pig, man. This is what gold farms were made for. Oh geez, they're trying to cut me off. You think they'll forgive me? They'll forgive me. They'll forgive me one day. Well, now we have an issue where this guy does not like to shoot at the guy. What's your problem? Who are you looking at? Ain't nobody up here. Is he looking at somebody in a cave? He's just not interested. He's a pacifist. What can I say? He's upset that I took his pumpkin. Here, do you want it back? Okay, so all the trident killers are complete now and everything's good to go, but this guy's still being stubborn. He's looking at some mob in this direction, and I think that there's a little, tiny little, yeah, opening right here, and there's absolutely nothing in here. So what's he looking at? I was expecting like a zombie or a creeper or something down here. Come on. Yeah, there's nothing else in this entire area. Literally nothing. So the running theory is that he just really likes redstone torches. And, you know, I can't blame him. He was just born. This is probably the most interesting thing he's ever seen. Okay, well, I guess, sorry, dude. I guess we'll just try another golem. Okay, is this guy gonna work? No, he just keeps facing the same direction. What? What is your problem? He's dumb. That's all it is. He's just dumb. Okay, what if I spawn a guy right here? There we go. That ended how it should have. Yeah, so here's our golem. I'm on my spectator account right now, and you can see there's just, like, nothing. I guess there's one zombie down here that's persistent. Maybe I should go kill that guy. There's nothing. What's he looking at? I'm so confused, man. Bedrock edition. Listen, I'm just trying to abuse the bugs to get these gold farms to work, and now I'm getting more bugs breaking my gold farms. You, right here, are you breaking my snow golem? Hold up, okay. You know what? There was actually multiple. How are there so many persistent mobs? Where did you all come from? How many of you have flesh? Jeez, who's been killing you? Why have you been picking them up and carrying them around? So I have no idea what he's looking at or what he's possibly interested in. So what we're gonna do is break his cart and just let him go at it. Oh, what? Now you want to fight him? What? What? What is his problem? What is his problem? Bedrock edition! Bro, come on! Okay, so he was just stupid. That's what it was. He was stupid. Okay, understandable. You know what? That's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I accept that fully. Okay, so it appears that literally just changing the direction of the minecart fixed him, even though in the creative testing world, the minecart's facing this way, so it shouldn't have to matter at all. But here we are, having shenanigans. And now we finally get to run the farm after all this time and all the shenanigans that we've had to deal with. It should just work, so if we go ahead and fire this thing up, we'll see all those portals get lit. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little while for them to catch up to speed and get going and warmed up, but they will get going. We know that this works. We've seen it work. Why are you not going faster? Come on, you can go faster than that. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can go faster than that. Okay, we'll turn it off. Sometimes you just gotta turn it off and turn it back on again. Listen, we've already literally seen this thing working. But this is a weird problem. I actually do not know why this happens. Anyway, so let's see how this is working with our 12 pigmen that we have. Go ahead and turn on that. Our guys are gonna run towards the trident killers, and then we're getting a fair amount of experience and items, and it's all looking pretty good, actually. So if the portals would just light faster, like they should, then we would be good to go. Okay, so the east one is still working, it's just the western one is being broken. Why? Bedrock, honestly, that's just the only actual reason I can come up with. Okay, after a little read log, it's actually working now, so there we go. Okay, I told you the farm worked, and you didn't believe me. How's it feel to be proven slightly correct, but also slightly incorrect? But anyway, as you can see, gold farm is actually working. For some reason, you just gotta relog sometimes, and then the farm just absolutely cranks. Oh man, we are getting a lot of stuff down here now. But it's going pretty quick now. We love to see it. Oh, so many pigmen. Honestly, a really simple build process, really easy to put together, pretty cheap, and even the trident killer stuff down here isn't too bad either. Lots of pigmen dying. We're picking up a ton of experience from this thing. Right then, of course, we don't want to just have one of these running at a time. We want to have both of them running. So let's slowly walk away from that one. Actually, I think they're too far apart for me to walk over to that one. I think I need to hook up some redstone lines to actually turn these on from the center, but we know that they both work independently from one another, and we know that they work pretty well. Dang, look how many pigmen that is. So both the gold farms are now working to their full capacity, but we can't quite run them at once because, well, they're too far apart for me to walk back and forth. But we don't have the infrastructure to actually run these farms right now. We need to get item delivery and experience delivery item stream set up, but for that, we need to set up the main sorting and storage system for the base, which might be in the next episode. So while we have two incredible farms that produce a ton of gold, we have absolutely no way to turn them on at the same time or store all that gold. Now, we still have some other big projects that we need to wrap up in today's episode. So the next part of the base expansion is to put in the decorative circle going all the way around the outer edges. Now, I've decided against using sea lanterns because it wouldn't match these lights. I also decided not to use levers to light them because that just seems too time-consuming. Instead, we're going to use redstone blocks. So we're going to go ahead and install this giant circle all the way around the base. Yeah, you try having to count out all these little tiny red squares on this giant screen. You gotta zoom in all far. It doesn't tell you how many buttons or how many spots are each one of those? I'm so flustered I can't even do words. Okay, so we've started the circle and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes all the way over to here. And then you'll notice that there's a gap right here. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of fudge it a little bit. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That'll work. This is good enough. It's a circle, you know. No, okay, so we need to back this up, fill this back in, and then we're going to start from the edges over here, and then work our way to the middle, and then somewhere in the middle it's gonna line up. Probably. Okay, that took, I'm not gonna tell you how long it took. It took a while, and we built it, let's see, third try, fourth try, first try. Yeah, it took a while to learn it, but I got it down. So, in case you're wondering, it's 18864 44343333 233 232 222 222. Flip! And then that's how you can build the circle. You're welcome. That's how you build a 176 diameter circle or an 88 radius block circle in Minecraft. Okay, so the circle is completely excavated now. We do need to dig out more of this hill right here and push that back. But now I need to go through and put in all of the redstone blocks. Why? Because I've decided to just kind of flex on everybody with my redstone blocks that I have. the circle around the edges is actually looking really nice right now. You gotta go to 110 FOV just to see the entire base, but it's worth it. Okay, so this is our magenta iron farm, which, as you might be able to tell, is very dead. So we have many potions, and I'm hoping that one potion can hit like 4 of these guys. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Can I throw it like right here and hit all 4 of these? Yeah. You can also use the weakness arrows for this, but I don't know how much health these guys have, so I'm trying not to do that. Now, all this happened because one baby zombie got in here. Okay, there we go. Now we just gotta wait for all these guys to cure. Or I think we can just relog and they'll cure instantly. Does this bug still exist in Bedrock? Now, there is a chance that they just despawn completely. We might have just made a lot more work for ourselves. We'll see. We'll see. Is this bug still in Bedrock Edition? Oh, it's not. They fixed it. Ah, hey, there we go. We got our first cure. How's he done so much earlier than everyone else? I clicked on you guys at the same exact time. Okay, so this farm does actually appear to have the ability to spawn golems. So that's good. It's been a very long time since we've seen this farm actually properly work with 2 golems at a time. But the issue that we were having before is that it would like spawn a golem or maybe 2 and then no golems for like 30 minutes. It was really weird. Really weird. But now that we've, you know, turned all of our villagers into the undead and then saved their lives, in quotes, maybe they'll work better. Maybe they'll work faster. Maybe they'll spawn more golems. You guys are gonna work now, right? Right? Yeah, that's right. Get back to work. Get back to work. Okay, so our iron farms are still broken for no seemingly good reason. So basically it spawns like 2 golems every 30 minutes, and it's just horribly slow. I have no idea or reason why it would be this slow, but my only hypothesis this far is that the center of the village is too far off to the side, so it's trying to spawn golems like mid-air over there, and it's just failing repeatedly. I'm gonna try and move the center of the village more towards the center right here, and hope that that works. And how we're gonna do that is we have ourselves a lovely little bell right here. If we place this down, the person who links to it and then gets the storm cloud particles when you break it is the leader of the village. Whichever bed this guy is linked to is the center of the village. So we're going to get this guy out of here. We're going to give him up to his beds up there and see which bed he sleeps in. And then basically just like move his bed. Now that I'm going to try and fix the farm, it spawned 4 golems in the last 2 minutes. 6 golems. Maybe I just need to like threaten to tear down their iron farm. And then like, okay, I'll spawn some golems. We've given it a few minutes, and it appears that it's actually working perfectly fine, which is honestly more confusing and more concerning than if it was just broken. Because if it was just broken, I'd be like, okay, that's fine, we'll just fix it. But if it appears to be broken for a long time, and then magically fixes itself, that is more confusing. Don't have an explanation for why it was broken. And I don't have an explanation for why it's working. But threatening to tear it down seems to have done the trick. Maybe blackmail is just the way to go. So magenta might be working, but we know that red is still definitely, most certainly, almost probably broken. Because both of those ones had problems, but allegedly that one's fixed now. Maybe curing all the villagers is what fixed it. I mean... Maybe we just need to turn you all into zombies. You want to be a zombie, or are you gonna spawn some golems, eh? Should I let a zombie in here on you guys, huh? What do you want to spawn some golems? You got 2 options, misters. Well, it seems like we have a volunteer zombie. It's gonna be, oh, well, you got a golem too, though. Are you available, like, right now, Mr. Zombie? He looks to be available right now. He looks eager and willing. Are you guys gonna spawn some more golems, or what? Now that we're standing over here, the red iron farm seems to be putting out some golems. So the iron farms are still actually broken, and what's happening here is that there's just weird bedrock mechanics. So you're supposed to be within like 56 or so blocks of the village center in order for golems to spawn. And when I am standing right here, that's exactly like 56 blocks. Now, somehow, we're still getting golems to spawn at magenta and at red-ish when we're right here. Even though that shouldn't really be possible. They're just spawning incredibly slowly when we're at the AFK spot. But when you actually get closer to magenta or closer to red, then they work at the full speed. So we are going to have to move the village center. We know that this guy right here is the village leader. We got to take him upstairs, find out which bed is his, and simply move it a little bit closer to that AFK spot. In theory, it's simple. Okay, we've moved the villager leader up, and this guy is sleeping in this bed right here, which is definitely not close enough to center. we need to move him to like this bed over here. Let's break the bottom one. So one of the villagers down below is going to unlink from that. And then we're going to put that bed back over here. So we should see a villager linked to this. There it goes. Okay. And now there's still 20 beds in the village. So if I go ahead and put down a 21st bed, which is this one right here, and then break this guy's bed, he should then link to that one over there and go sleep in it over there. So let's move him around the edge, give him a little bit of time. He's gonna walk all the way, the long way around, isn't he? No, 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 no. Why are you being stupid? Pathfinding 100 right here, guys. Come on. You have a clear path. I specifically built this bridge going all the way around. Link to that bed. Yeah, that's right. Get in there. Wake him up and put him back downstairs. That should, in theory, have moved the village center. And in theory, we might be good, allegedly. Okay, so we have our 2 golems. That proves that this still works, and it's still its own independent village. So we didn't break it entirely, and we don't need to completely rebuild it. Okay, we're at the red iron farm now, and we're doing the same trick. So this villager leader guy is linked to this bed right here, which is obviously too far away from the center. We gotta move it forward a block, so we're just gonna do the same exact thing that we did on magenta. Please, sir, I need you to sleep in that bed. I need to see you sleep in that bed. Come on. Come on, go sleep in the bed. I see you linking to it. Get in the bed. Thank you. Okay, geez, that's all I ask from you. Okay, red beds have been moved around. It does actually produce golems, so we know we didn't completely break the farm. And now it's just a little bit of a waiting game to make sure that they can actually spawn properly from the center there. So we have been AFK here at the very center with Silent 2 for maybe about an hour or so, meaning that all the iron farms are equally loaded. And we emptied out all the chests, and now we just need to see if they all have about the same amount of items. This one has got 7. That's not looking good. This one's got 2 stacks. This one has got 7. Ah, so sad. This one's got 3.5 stacks. Okay. Good news, everyone. Actually, good news this time. After the iron farms being working and then breaking and working and breaking like 20 times over, I can officially say with some form of confidence that the iron farms are properly working as they should. As you see, we're getting golems at all of them from the middle point, and they're spawning at the correct rates as well. So moving around the village leader and adjusting the bed did actually fix them. After that, they were still spawning really slowly for a while, so I just did a couple of hours of AFK, and then they got back up to the normal speeds. And then leaving a bed down here by the villagers is actually the final touch to fix the farms. Why? I don't know. I'm guessing that the detection villager is too high up and the beds are too high up, so putting another bed down here kind of fixes the village a little bit. I don't really care how it works, but this farm's produced 2 stacks of iron in the last little AFK period, and so has the magenta farm and the lime farm, so they're all working at the same capacity. Now, blue farm only has 10 villagers, all the other ones have 20, so I didn't bother checking the rates of that one. But after multiple episodes and so many head-scratching hours of trying to figure out why these iron farms were broken, I don't really have a solid answer for you besides bug rock and villages are dumb, and why do we even have these iron farm mechanics to begin with? Java has entirely different mechanics. Can we please just get those? Jeez. But hey, good news, we have 4 working iron farms and 2 working quad gold farms on the base. So the base is looking really good now. Of course, we still have a lot of decoration and builds to do, but if you enjoyed today's video, then drop a like, share it around, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.